So, will AI replace bookkeepers? Should you even bother becoming an accountant at this point? You went into Reddit, you read a thread about it, and you left understanding that, oh my God, this job, should I study accounting? Because my teachers and my mom says that accountants are going to disappear and going to be replaced by AI in the next 5 years. Ah, brother, if I had a dollar for every time I heard that, Bill Gates will be cleaning my garage right now. Like, I swear, brother. Here's the thing, I'm going to give you some insights and they're going to tell you why I'm qualified about giving my opinion about this. So, I'm an accountant. I do bookkeeping for clients with QuickBooks Online. Also, during the pandemic, I kind of learned how to code and I got myself immersed in that technology world. And I also recently, in December and January, worked for a startup that was creating both a tax planning software and a bookkeeping software with AI. Everything powered by AI to save bookkeepers time. And let me tell you what I learned in that time. And what I've learned in a nutshell to not make you lose any more time is that AI is not replacing bookkeepers or accountants anytime soon. Not at all. I'm sorry. I wish it did, so I would spend less time entering receipts and categorizing. But the truth is that it only works for very simple clients, like very, very simple clients that you could probably use QuickBooks rules for those type of clients. Because here's the thing, most clients have their own way of doing things. And personally, I have worked a lot with clients like construction or like, I don't know, people who need to track projects and assign expenses and invoices to a certain project or a certain class. And the thing is that AI can never do that. They're never going to be able to do it. If I have a couple of Home Depot receipts, and my client does either my client does hardscape and carpentry, and it can be either on, I don't know, Dallas or Forward, and each of those is a class that I'm going to assign or a category. Like I have in my P&L, I have hardscape expenses for Dallas, hardscape expenses for Forward, and carpentry expenses for Dallas, carpentry expenses for Forward. AI will never be able to read, or at least for now, it's not a possibility that it's going to be able to read the PO, especially if you use Latinos, because they are going to have spelling mistakes. So the AI is not going to read the PO on the Home Depot receipt and then enter the proper project and enter the proper location and service like carpentry or hardscape as the expense category. You know what I mean? So AI cannot do that. And that is not really complex accounting. That is basically for most businesses, like even for retail, it's going to be different. So if you have something where you cannot create rules on QuickBooks on the bank feed, AI is most likely to not be able to do it either. Second thing is checks. The engineers at the startup that I worked were doing their very best, and very great, very, very bright people, but they were doing their very best to try to automate entering checks because QuickBooks Online only gives you like the only information it gives you. It might have like a check image attached to it, but you have to open it. But at face value, the only description you get is the check number. That's it. So the AI was doing their very best to try to read the scan from the bank and read the vendor name, and based on that enter the proper account and the amount and the class and the price, like the project. It was too much for the AI. The AI cannot do that, and if it does, it's going to make a lot of mistakes. And if it doesn't make mistakes, your people, the crew guys, the Latino guys, are going to make spelling mistakes that the AI is just going to crash and burn. So would AI replace you? Will AI replace bookkeeping or make it an obsolete service? Absolutely no. Not at all. Nowhere close. Right now, the only people that it can replace are bookkeeping for very, very simple clients that you might as well not want to do it because it's people who are going to want their books done for $100, maybe $200 a month. and you can't have a business doing those. Like, I'm sorry, those are clients that they can do the books themselves. We're talking about super straightforward clients. But anything that requires a little bit more of complexity or tracking or job costing or a more specific P&L, where the same vendor is never going to have the same categories, it might change depending on the situation. AI cannot do it. If you're going to have checks to be entered, AI cannot do it. So as for now, it is very much a fairy tale that AI is going to replace you. It might happen on the big four, that they are starting to replace people, or what they do is that they just hire, like they open an Indian branch and outsource most of the work. I think the big four are starting to doing that, but still that's a lot of language barrier, time zone barriers, and you don't need to go to the big four, to be told, but if you want to, feel free to go. But the focus of this, the top the, the focus here is, do you have to worry about AI if you're an accounting student or you want to start a bookkeeping service, or you have already a bookkeeping firm and you're worried that the AI is going to replace you? Answer is no. You don't have to worry right now. I don't know what will happen in the future, but right now you don't have to worry at all. Just make yourself comfortable in a specific type of client that has a little bit of complexity that you cannot do with rules, and you'll be having a job. You'll be having clients. That you'll have people who need you, and you can still charge pretty good money for that. So that's the answer, brother. Don't worry about AI, because AI still cannot properly categorize things. It cannot assign projects or certain expenses to customers to bill them. It cannot split transactions. Like if you have an expense like payroll and you need to split it among multiple people, it cannot do it. And there's many other things that AI still cannot do. So don't worry about it. For now, really don't worry about it. Not even QuickBooks AI is that advanced. All right. If you found that useful, just leave a like and leave a comment if you have a question. Take care. God bless.